All right, guys, today I'm going to talk a little bit about 5 things I wish I knew before I started my personal training business. So I started my personal training business going on 9 years now. There were a lot of things I wasn't certain about. There were a lot of questions I couldn't ask other people because of the fact that being an entrepreneur in the fitness industry was something new as far as in the personal training space. So a lot of it had to be kind of learned on the fly, right? I had to figure out what should I be charging, how should I create a nutrition plan, how should I program a client, how to structure scheduling, how to professionally send an invoice. I had to learn those things the hard way. As a trainer, to not only make yourself look professional, but to also give your clients the best results possible is offering an application or a questionnaire, right? Because that's the only way you're gonna figure out what are their goals, what are their stats, what's their experience, and how to properly program them or how far to push them as soon as you meet them, right? So another thing I do is, first week of training is an eval of what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, what their imbalances are. From there, we'll go ahead, tweak their program further, make more adjustments, and then after that, you can take off with it. Another common question that I receive is, how can I market myself better on social media to draw in more clients? And I tell people all the time, there's a withdrawal and deposit system, meaning if you don't deposit value, you don't deposit education, you're not giving your audience some type of trust or building some type of authority for your audience, they're not gonna buy into it. You're not gonna receive, feedback from them. They're not gonna want to engage any further. They're not gonna wanna buy into whatever it is you're offering. So you need to go ahead, deposit that value, deposit that free game, that education, that inspiration, and then you'll start to reap the benefits and you'll be able to withdraw. So one of the main things I started to struggle with as my business grew, my clientele book grew, was scheduling, right? You run into conflicts where you have so many clients on the schedule now. This client wants this time, this day. The other client wants that same day, that same time. So my biggest piece of advice when it comes to scheduling and trying to optimize your schedule as much as possible, pack that schedule, but make your clients happy, is confirming you have their availability first, because you want to make sure that you're able to give them that slot before you charge them, right? The second thing is you want to offer packages, meaning you want to make sure they pay for the month up front. That's going to not only secure your payment, but it's also going to hold them accountable to attending each session. That's going to give them better results and give you better results. Offering these monthly packages make it easier for you to pre-plan your schedule and offer slots that are available. One of the main questions I receive from most trainers who are just getting started is, how much should I charge? That is the main question I get, okay? This is how I figured out my pricing when I first started. Remember, there wasn't a lot of people doing this out of their parents' garage 10 years ago, right? So I had to figure out, okay, how do I play with these numbers? How do I find something fair, but how do I not work for free? So what I did, I called all the gyms in my local area, and I kind of got an average. I would call and I would ask, as if I was an inquiring client, right? And I would ask, what do the packages go for? What do the sessions go for? And from there, I was able to kind of find a happy median where, okay, I'm training out of my parents' garage, but yet I know what my value is. So that's a good way, an easy way to find out how much should you charge just starting off. Of course, there's gonna be factors, right? The facility you're training in, what you can offer your client, how much experience you have, how much proof of work do you have, as far as client transformations, as far as licensing, your credentials, like school, like certificates, your background are gonna play a role. So there's many factors in that play a role. But now you know an easy way to start. How do I keep my client engaged and committed long enough where we can accomplish those transformations, right? So obviously you can take a horse to the water, you can't make them drink, right? So you can give them everything, you can give them all the tools, but if a client truly doesn't want to commit, they're not going to commit. And at the end of the day, you can only help somebody as much as they want to be helped. So, but ways to avoid that. Charge more. They'll take their sessions more seriously, obviously, if they're paying more. That's one. Two, set checkpoints and goals that they have to reach periodically. That'll keep them more engaged. It'll give them something to look forward to. And psychologically, it's just more entertaining. It's going to keep them interested. Three, with those checkpoints and those goals, make sure you have check-ins. Taking body fat, taking progress pictures. Those are things that also keep them accountable, keep them interested. When they see those numbers going up or down, whatever direction their goals are, that's going to keep them engaged, that's going to keep them committed, and it's going to keep them motivated. All right, guys, so there you have it. Those are the best pieces of advice I can give to any trainer who's just getting started, looking to elevate their business the correct way.